Alright, so let's try this again. I tried this, and apparently, I don't know, my video didn't want to keep going, and my game restarted. So I don't know what happened, but we're here. We're going to be making Brian's Eclipse from the first Fast and the Furious here, and, well, I'm not going to be remaking it, but I'm going to be showing you how to make it, Midnight Club LA, which is still one of the better tuner/racing video games that there are out there. Probably the best in my opinion. I like me some Need for Speed, but this has got all the good Fast and Furious cars, minus the Supra, of course, which, I mean, that kind of hurts. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to show the little things, the nitty-gritty stuff like this. So front bumper, 1 out of 4. You can't really get the true wide body from the movie, of course, but you can get pretty close. Now for the rims, you're going to want to go and find these called RPM. You can find, there's a long list of rims that are decent substitutes. I was going through them the last time I was filming this. There's some that could work. Where are they? Of course, when I actually want to show them, I can't find them. That's how that goes. These right here. Equip. These can work if you really want to use those. Where's the other ones? They're called like FG something. It doesn't really matter. GF7, here they are. You could use these as well. These look pretty decent. And from certain angles, they actually look better than the rims I have. But we're sticking with the ones I have. Let's make the paint all white, brushed. Dimensions, now this is where it gets up to preference. I have them a lot bigger than they should be. 20s are way beyond what the real Eclipse would have had. Probably in the more 17 to 18 range. But 20 looks better because it fills the whole, rim, the whole tire area. I would rather have a bigger rim in a video game. It looks stupid if you have 17s. It just doesn't look as good. So get those up to 20s, 19s in that area. It's obviously not going to be that accurate. The inside, get the steering wheel 4 out of 5. Get 2 NOS buttons like in the movie. The gauge, which he does have. And the front seats, Sparko. And the inside looks a lot like that, just black basically. A very normal looking interior, there's nothing special about it. The rear bumper, 3 out of 4. You can use the stock one if you really want. It doesn't look as good though. It really doesn't. So 3 out of 4 is the bumper to use. Exhaust, I have 2 out of 5. You can use 3 out of 5 as well, but 2 out of 5 just looks the best to me. And spoiler, there's no real good spoiler unfortunately, so 4 out of 4 is the only decent one. It's not terrible. I wish they had one that didn't look like it was broken, but it is what it is. And taillights, I used 2 out of 4. Really, it's probably should be these original taillights. But his had like custom taillights a little bit, so I put these on because they look pretty badass like that. Side skirts, 1 out of 4. You want to have that little dent in there next to where I have the Dub aftermarket. Keep the doors normal, you don't need Lamborghini doors. And the neon tint is obviously going to be lime green. That's the toughest part for this, is finding that green is really tough, which, oh, and there goes that. I gotta repaint my hood. Shit. Where's the, parts? Hood. Yeah, I was wondering for a second. I was like, what's going on? So you want to get the right green. It's going to take time. I'm not going to do it again because that took me forever to get the green that I have on the car right there. It's very accurate to the movie. It doesn't look it on camera. I know people are probably sitting there like, that's a dark green compared to... On my screen, it is really bright. And it's something about when I transfer these videos from Twitch to edit them and YouTube, they just end up looking way different. That's why in my one video, everyone was saying my Evo looked orange. It does not. If you saw the actual footage, it's red. And it's frustrating, because it does in the video. It looks kind of orange. But it's not. Take my word for it. I have no reason to lie. So now we're going to get into the part that, it's really why you're here. It's the side vinyl. And this took years upon years. I used to have a YouTube channel where it was basically all I did was make Brian's Eclipse and various other Fast and Furious cars, but mostly Brian's Eclipse, because it's always been my favorite car from the franchise. And I honestly, I thank Slimworko3 a lot for giving me the outline, because it really helped me get a visual of how I'm supposed to build it. But I just took his idea and made it my own. Like, nothing really here is what that guy had in this tutorial. I just took the main body right there, so you can see the eagle's body going beyond the neck, the blue part. So let me try and grab this right here. I needed to know how to get that. But once I figured out how to build that, I kind of visualized the rest on my own. Like the eagle head, that's all me. I've gone through so many variations with this eagle head. I just tweaked it the other day again, because I wanted it to look more like the movie, where the triangle at the back here is a lot bigger and pointed up more at the like that, basically. And I made the skew of this square here a little more sharp, so it's more like a triangle sticking out the top. So that's basically it. You start with this square, you skew it to shit, and then you put it there. That's the first, and then you use this, a thin little hexagon or octagon, whatever. I'm bad with math. Make fun of me all you want. You use these as I don't even know what to really think. The front of its face. So it's really the shape of its face. So that's where it gets it. Is these two hexagon? I think it's octa. Is it octa? Hexa? I don't know. Make fun of me. Please make fun of me in the comments. We've got this now, the semicircle as its nose, which is, it looks easy, but to get the right look where it's sitting properly and not messed up, it was tough. And then you want to put a circle underneath to fill out the entire head. You don't want the head to be too fat, though. I've seen even my old ones where the head is too big. Then you want that triangle there. Skew it, rotate it, and you basically got the makings of the face of the eagle. And now the body is where shit gets very interesting. So you've got, right there, you can see I have the body, obviously. And then the extension of the rest of the body is a triangle. So you start off with that square, skew it, and then you've got the triangle that goes up there. I don't think you even have to skew that. Nope. No skew. You just put it up there, and that's where those two, I don't even know what those are, but those two white triangles, that's where those are going to be sitting. And then the rest of the body is two bigger squares. You can see right there. So it's a very easy layout. It's just everything beyond the layout starts to make it look a lot more like the movie, and it's more intricate. So you get those two triangles on the bottom there. I believe they're not skewed, they're just rotated. This one sits lower than this one, so the one on the right says lower. I went right for it. I put the white triangles right on it. Those are also difficult to get correct. And then you want to put a blue triangle right on top of just that one. The left triangle has a blue one sitting right in the middle, almost to cover it up, semi. And now we're on to this top area, which I wish I knew what they were trying to go for, but in my head I have names for all these spots, because again, I've built this car so many times. So like the bottom I always call like the wings, and now the top is more of its like back area, even though I don't know if that's really what they're going for. But you got a triangle here. You've got, I don't even know what this thing is called. It almost looks like a gun. And that's what you use to point this over the eagle's head. Now you just got to put the rest of these little triangles. If you had more layer options, I'd be putting blue underglow or blue layers underneath of each triangle, including the eagle's head, because there is like a blue underline under each triangle / white vinyl, almost like an underlayer. You can't do that though because there's only 64 layers in this game, so you have to be very particular with where you put your layers. That's honestly why my Dom's RX-7 doesn't look that great, because you don't have enough layers. I haven't seen one in this game yet that looks that good because there's not enough layers. Once you're getting started, you have to stop. It's really unfortunate. But the Eclipse, you can just manage to get it done with the layers that you're given. So you can see there, finish off the triangles up top. Those thin little ones, you just copy and paste them, put 4 of them up there. Got to get that door handle with the green. And now those top 2 triangles, which are tough to get like the movie. So you see I just sat them there, but later on we'll cover those up properly. Now I went right for the decal, the aftermarket decals. I'm not sure why. The order I did this in, you can tell that I went back and I rushed it. I remember vividly I rushed this decal, the side vinyl, because I really wanted to have Brian's Eclipse again. Once I got my console back, I lost all my progress on my previous saves, so I had to do it all over again. You start fresh, and then I started chipping away slowly, and so I guess I did put a blue one underneath that triangle up there. Yeah, you need a black circle to cover up the mirror, side mirror. The only way to do that is to put a circle on it. And then the side decal, I keep saying side decal, stop saying it. Everything's a side decal here. The flames, these are just tribal markings. You put these down here. It's almost like the eagle shooting out something. Now we're back to over here. So I put a square here to try and cover up the, because otherwise it would look like that, and that wouldn't be acceptable. So the square covers up the triangles. It looks a lot more official, like his in the film. You want to grab a semicircle and put that right there, so it, I don't even really know how to explain what that does to it, but it gives it an arch, and it looks way more like the movie. If you leave it like this with no circle, it looks fine, but you need to cover up that remaining area there, so it gives it the full arch, and it looks great. Looks great just like that. Now this is where I always got confused with Slim Rick's tutorial. Now this is the one big thing I took from his tutorial this time around. The rest, again, I did this myself. I don't usually need tutorials for building cars. I like to do it myself. But I had no idea how to go about building the back area here, where the vinyl's starting to decay, and you see it shooting out towards the back in these little bits. If you see the real movie car, it looks quite a bit like this. I did a pretty good job with the fade of the decal, but there's been so many varying effects that I've had over the years. I put flames there, tribal effects, everything you can imagine, and I had no idea how to do it. You have to turn it green, flip it over, and get it just in the right spot, and it really does end up looking just like the movie. It's going to take a lot of adjustment. It's skewed, yeah, 72, and rotated. So if you guys want any of the actual measurements and stuff, just let me know. I will make a video where I do all of this in depth, but I just kind of wanted to go through it a little more surface level, because there's not too many of these videos on YouTube anymore explaining how to make this car. Slim Rick took down his tutorials, and Andy with Chicken was another guy. His are gone as well, from what I'm aware of. I don't see them anywhere. So it's a shame. We've lost a lot of these guys' tutorials who inspired me to make my own videos back in the day, and who I used to be in contact with. Andy was a good friend of mine back in the day when I was a kid. He inspired me, and I think I somewhat inspired him. That's what that community of Midnight Club people did. See right there, you put another, I put a semicircle up there just to cover up the vinyl, and it really does do that. It bends towards the top like that, so you don't worry about it looking wrong or anything. It really does have like a bend to it like that. But you just don't want the vinyl to go all the way up like that. And it has a cutoff point. And I guess I put another one there. So we got another one. What did this one do that one didn't? I guess that was just a starting point. So you want to put this one here that really defines the edge. And yeah, so you can see right there I had a lot of leftover blue that I had to cover up with this green. It really helps that. I think a lot of the reason that there weren't tutorials for this was a lot of the people that were using these cars or that had them in Midnight Club were using the ones from Rate My Rides. They didn't make them themselves. I could always tell personally. So you see right there, my OCD doesn't allow any little line. That blue little line sticking out bothered me. So I put a green little square or rectangle to cover up that blue little line. And that's basically what the rest of this was me just tinkering. And like that right there, there's a little bit of blue sticking out, so I put the square there to cover that. Now, it's really, the rest of these vinyls are just fire vinyls. That's what I use to use these little fade out points for the Eclipse's decal fading out. Maybe that one fire decal could be a little bit smaller, I guess, but can't really be too bothered. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent... I'm hard on myself, but I think I did a pretty good job with this side vinyl. Let's get on to the hood. Now, this has always been the hardest part for me. I don't really know why. But finding a good method for making the hood. Again, thank you, Slim Rick. He gave me the basis for making this hood. But building that M was always so hard for me. I don't really know why, but starting from scratch really was tough. So you want to just build these out of tiers. You want that one tier there that you can put over, it has like a shade to the back of it, so you can throw it over other white backgrounds, right like that, so you can put it over the circle. Right there is the rest of the M, and then the I. And the bottom of the I is the same as that one part of the M. You want to put that over the white of the circle. And then you just want to put these little circles, or these tiers around the circle. I'm pretty sure the actual one has gaps in it. I don't know if but whatever. It's a pretty spanking looking hood considering. I think I did a pretty good job. And the last decals that I put, these are, again, just optional. They don't look that great, especially looking at them now. I could probably fix them a little bit. Like that. Does that look better? Yeah, it kind of does, to be honest. I've always been tinkering with those. The hood pins to keep the hood in. Brian's obviously has them, and there's obviously no hood pins in Midnight Club, so I've seen people do the hood pins, and I just kind of want to do it myself, and I've just never been able to replicate them all that well. And that's really all I gotta say. Yeah, and other than that, on the left side, you have to put a 5 in place of where you have some of the aftermarket. So you put a 5 there instead, which is there in the movie, and a couple decals on the back here. But really, that's it. And on the front, one decal, and obviously if you have the hood pins, the finish off of the hood pins. But that's really it. That's the basis of making Brian's Eclipse. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to talk about making any other of my cars, let me know that as well, and I will gladly do that. So, hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that is. Bye.